That's a great indicator of when I should hit the go live button, because
Yeah.
the aquarium stops at 10, but it doesn't exactly stop at 10. And
So here's a bit that's so good. I paused the pre-show to not make it off stream.
yeah,
You look at these two paintings of Napoleon.
yeah,
The traditional one, all nice, fucking oil on canvas or whatever the fuck. I don't know
yeah.
about art.
And then this
And then
one.
the second one,
Yeah,
and then you think of a white dad doing a family photo,
yes,
right? And then they completely nice normal one at the first one.
yeah.
And then you know what he says? He says, "Let's do a silly one." And that's the second painting. And I feel like this would have been funny if I just said it in a
Such a,
moment and didn't
it's
make you
such
wait.
a fuck. This is such a bad bit, dude. Oh, hang on. I gotta see. Okay, it's picking up the mic. Is it? Yeah.
The thing you need to know
Okay,
about
so
comedy
it's a very very
is
important thing
it's
going on here.
has trick.
Welcome to the official stream. Where your camera's out of focus, by the way, Alex.
That's not
Where
me. It's automatic focus. I
this is
can do
because you're in. This
much
is
about
because you're
it.
currently in New Zealand. So
Yeah,
the
indeed.
and New Zealand is just blurry. The thing is, that this is we have been tasked by the New
Prime
Zealand
Minister.
to
Yeah.
develop a official dumpling for the country, and by we,
Yes.
I mean like we. I mean we, I will be taking some of the credit, but the work is completely Alex. And the Prime Minister of New Zealand
Anyway,
it's a very it's like genuinely an incredible thing that I reached out to the Prime Minister of New Zealand to be like, hey, do you want to be on the show as like a bit? And he said, yeah, absolutely. And the really incredible thing about it is that it's not credible. It didn't happen. So that's the way in which it's incredible. I have been lying and
Not credible, yes.
successfully deceiving all of you because, of course, everyone whom I have said this to was like, "Oh yes, this is definitely going to happen and it isn't a lie." I didn't until like fucking 5 minutes before the show. I didn't even know the name of the Prime Minister of New Zealand, and then fucking somebody posted the name in the New Zealand chat, and I googled it, and it just didn't. This didn't even come up. This Wikipedia result, like some podcast talking about him did. It's like, okay,
You
dude.
you need to click into the studio booth real quick, my man.
I'm just clicked into the
I
studio booth.
I have achieved comedy. Yes, hello. I am the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
Yes, he
I
is on.
promise
He is on the show after all. Your
on my
camera
That
part.
was
conti-
the double bit.
Yeah.
I promise the camera will focus eventually. It did the same thing with the wontons and wontons. Fucking well, those dumplings that I pronounced in a very white woman way. Uh,
Shout
I
out
promise
to,
it will
to
eventually
a
focus.
frequent chatter and fan of the show, Space Pirate Vampires. I, as a completely neutral participant in the conflict between us, has chosen to open the show in the chat by saying "raised by wolves."
This is a
And of
profound.
course,
This is a
as the Prime Minister of New
profound
Zealand,
betrayal.
as the Prime Minister of New Zealand, I can tell you that New Zealand supports "raised by wolves" as a concept.
Yeah, I honestly, Alex, the camera is
I'm going to
really
be
out of
proud.
focus. Like really, really, really out of
Yeah,
focus.
yeah,
I don't understand what the fuck is going on.
yeah.
Welcome to the "Raised by Wolves" fancast.
Welcome to the that's the wrong chat again. Okay. It was because it
That's
was misspelled. And
oh, okay. Fuck
look,
yeah.
later, I remembered your name the whole time, and I hadn't forgotten the name of one of my like most longtime fans and Patreon supporters for an extended period of time just then.
All right, I'm going to get started already.
Yes. Please describe what
Good.
you do.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I was even kind of practicing it beforehand. Okay, I have done several things off camera because I would not have had time to do it on screen. First of all, it's a dough, which is based off a Maori bread. I don't. I vaguely remember the name right now, and I don't want to do a racism, so I will not say it. But like, it's a kind of bread that uses a potato, or in this case, sweet potato, or how did the Kiwi say it? Kumara? Kumara?
Yeah, Kamara.
Anyway, yeah, they
As the
use it.
Prime Minister of New Zealand, I knew this.
Yes. Well, it uses as a kind of yeast or sourdough starter, and I have it right here. What else? Here I have some candied pork fat, just because it's nice. Here I have some mint, because mint and lamb go well. Here's some coriander. Cilantro.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I felt like adding it.
Yeah.
Here are some spices I will also add. Some cinnamon and some fennel seeds and cumin.
Mm.
And the most important part, here's the filling, which is a whole leg of lamb that I slow roasted with some like kiwi based marinade and some onions.
Yeah.
Because kiwi
Yeah.
and lamb because New Zealand.
Yeah.
I must admit, several of the things I have done, I just because I thought they would taste nice and are only vaguely related to New Zealand or any other New Zealand dishes. But yeah, lamb, kiwi, sort of stuff, so related to New Zealand. And also the marinade contained wine from New Zealand.
Ah.
Yeah, and the lamb itself is also from New Zealand. So most of the lamb in the world is. But yeah, Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. My
Which is
second
obviously
favorite.
French is the language they speak in
Yeah.
New Zealand.
And it's also my second favorite New Zealand wine after when you call it Australian.
Yeah. Yeah. It's...
And I have a lemon for flavor, and because I know you like when I do this.
I do love when you do this. I look at the precision with which she uses that cleaver. It's incredible.
It's insane.
And this is not even the most impressive part, Mr. Prime Minister.
Wow. The nation of New Zealand is looking on.
They got up in like the middle of the night.
Yes.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at how she separates the pith from the yellow stuff.
Zest.
Yes, that I knew this word. I was just testing you.
Of course.
Don't test her.
Thank you for
I think
keeping me on my toes.
the nation of New Zealand fears this person's power.
Yeah, it's so real.
If you see me drop the cleavers because my fucking headphones have decided to fall every so often.
That's terrible.
Yes.
They should stop doing that. Oh,
Yeah.
it's 8 a.m. actually
wish
in
it-
New Zealand. That's weird because it's not 8 a.m. here.
In it.
This is quite strange.
I guess they don't have. They
Yes,
don't
I got up early for this.
No, Mr.
But not that early.
Prime Mister.
Well, I also have prime ministerial duties, so
Yeah. And
Yeah.
what are some of your prime ministerial duties today that you have to attend to?
look to the sheep.
That's important. That's a very important
That's
thing to do. You
mostly
have to
it.
check
That's
if
mostly it.
they're
Yeah.
still there. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it was such an
Basically,
important like element of the economy over
I
there.
mean,
And if they're not
after
there,
all, they're basically the main voter base.
yeah.
Most of my citizens are sheep.
Yeah.
Did they
Yeah,
give them the
that's true.
sheep citizenship?
There are
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
more.
Is
There are
this one
more
of those like
people.
not to ask like the hard hitting questions, but is this one of those like racism things
Yes.
that is done to sort of giving the sheep citizenship, but they're all owned by like white people, so to like make it so Maori interests always lose out in elections? Is this the reason for this?
Yes. What?
Thank you, thank you,
That's
Prime
pretty fucked
Minister. I
up.
appreciate your candor.
That's pretty fucked up.
I,
I
I,
think
I hate Maoris.
Just-
As the Prime Minister of New Zealand, I hate Maoris.
I don't even know if the current one is like a particularly sort of racist one. I know they sometimes have non-racist
I mean,
people on.
he's here and he's telling you he is. So like,
I
of
am
course.
Wikipediaing myself to
It's
answer this
to find
question
out
for
if you're
you.
racist.
Yeah.
Where, Mr. Prime Minister?
It's incredible
I
that we really got
am.
the real life Prime Minister of New Zealand.
Oh, I am from the National Party. That doesn't sound good.
Immediately does not a good sound.
That's a red flag
That's a
for
kind of
me
a
as
red
as the
flag.
Prime
Yeah.
Minister
Fucking
to realize that my own party is called that.
It's like, oh Jesus
Maybe it's
Christ!
just called the national. Maybe it's just called that because it's a party that's in the nation.
That's true.
Have you considered that?
Yes.
I mean, of course, you should know because you are.
In the nation of New
I'm
Zealand currently.
I'm him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm him.
Why?
You
I'm
are
actually
so
also the
different.
guy who does the Dracula flow.
You are him. You
Yeah,
were him.
Dracula
You
fly?
will
They forgot
continue
I'm
to be
him.
Or
They must have amnesia. They forgot I'm him.
we must
Yeah.
have him
The
amnesia.
DNA test
He
came
thinks that
turns
I'm
out
him.
you are 100% Himalayan.
Yeah, that's true. So one of like our one of our many New Zealand audience members has said that it's 8 a.m. on a Good Friday, which I thought I didn't know that the people of New Zealand celebrate the crucifixion of Jesus.
I
Yes.
didn't know New Zealand had
We
Good
are
Fridays.
Satanists, actually.
It's like,
I thought
okay.
all Fridays in New Zealand kind of sucked.
I feel like this particular Friday, it would be at least sort of ambivalent. At
Yeah.
least sort of, well,
Medium Friday.
it's not really the best Friday. It's not necessarily a really good Friday.
Yeah. The
Oh shit,
improvable
he's
Friday.
he's in government with the libertarians, and that
Oh,
Jesus
no.
fucking Christ, dude.
Why did I do that?
You really think you are him?
Yes.
Fucking Jesus Christ. Honestly, it is. It's not. I'm ashamed to say that it's like a really that like for when we bestow the great honor of creating the official New Zealand dumpling on New Zealand, you could have elected someone else for this. Like
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. I know
A
people
more
from
high energy candidate.
I know people from New Zealand, and can you stop barking?
Yes, Mr.
Oh,
St.
sorry.
Cloud, please stop barking.
Sorry about
you
that,
are
Mr.
doing
Prime
this
Minister.
personally.
It's just. I know some people from New Zealand, and I feel like all of the ones that I know are better than this.
Yeah, I think we should after stream um, organize new elections in New Zealand.
Yeah, we should CIA the place.
I'm sorry, maybe it's a bit rude to have you come on stream to depose you, but sorry.
I love how
No,
I
I
love
agree.
I love the the direction that this has taken. It's just giving ourselves the honor of making the New Zealand dumpling when nobody asks, and then being like, we're also going to depose your national leadership.
I mean, nobody asked, but nobody opposed.
And we did have a someone from New Zealand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they did not oppose.
Who was like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, we proposed an idea, and the people spoke and said, yeah, sure, why not?
I don't want to put words in Tim's mouth, which is.
I do.
I love that I have this. I will say anything about the Prime Minister of New Zealand, but not about my buddy Tim Hickson. It's fucking.
I mean, as far as I know, Tim has not formed government with the Libertarian Party of New Zealand.
That is true.
Yet.
That is very true. Yeah.
Yet.
He also has hair, which is a true fact.
An important attribute for a leader, I think.
I should have been preheating the oven. Oh, wait. No, man. There's nothing flammable inside.
You don't know a really funny thing about Good Friday? In Germany, it is illegal to. I feel like this is the case in several countries, so I might just be very. Do you know this very interesting fact about my country that's true about every country? But you're not allowed to clubs can't open specifically on Good Friday. You can't. It's not that when you do an event, you're not allowed to have dance in it, and in many places, not even loud music.
Spain is not one of those places, actually.
Yeah, but Germany is, and this is. I live in a deeply sort of Protestant part of the country, which of course famously they hate Jesus as opposed to the Catholics, and that's how you get the Old and New Testament.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, that the Catholics don't celebrate Good Friday generally.
Yeah, I don't fucking.
I mean, it's not a public holiday.
Oh no!
I brought this patria. Fuck.
That's how hard this dumpling goes.
Yeah.
So we're seeing complaints by the citizenry of New Zealand that this is not a fruit dumpling as was suggested.
It contains a large amount of kiwi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm the Prime Minister.
Kiwi is basically the second ingredient after lamb.
Yeah. I love the timing of Bebbit showing up with that jingle.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Fantastic.
I'm
cooking something up, by the way.
Yeah,
taking a second.
You have never you haven't tested making this before, right?
No, all the recipes are tested in the. I mean, I often taste the separate components of the recipe beforehand, when I made the bread the other day. But the recipe itself is always tested on stream, so I'm just as surprised as you are.
So this is the very first time that this is manifested in the universe.
Yes, indeed.
So this is a historical moment for the nation of New Zealand.
That is very much correct.
Yes, this is why I'm attending this live stream that is being watched by 8 people.
Yes.
I am trying really hard.
All of the citizens of New Zealand.
Yeah, this will be called Best Friday.
Of New Zealand, actually, is
one viewer for each 10 million sheep.
Fuck me! I forgot the spices. Hold on.
Damn.
This is going incredibly.
Yeah. Cooking is about.
Is the presence of the Prime Minister of New Zealand putting pressure on you?
Not especially.
You don't care.
It's just like, whatever.
Beforehand, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," but when I discovered like what side of the political spectrum you were on, I was like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not disappointing you back.
I was trying to think about historical events in New Zealand, and I only, um, there were only bad
There was
ones.
a treaty of like
There was a big
place.
There was a big earthquake in Christchurch at one point.
There was a
What We Do in the
in
Shadows
Christchurch.
came out at some point. I feel like that was probably a historical event.
That was huge for the nation of
Yeah,
New
that was.
Zealand. Lord of the Rings as well.
Yes,
that's the only
actually,
thing that
that's
I know.
true. They did film. I mean, yeah, they a lot of probably maybe they don't care about What We Do in the Shadows then because
the way I'm
they've had so
going
many like
to-
very good films in there, just because for the
I
reason
mean,
that they have good.
How are they not
landscape.
going to care about the Lord of the Rings? It's like their most expensive publicity stunt.
No, I mean What We Do in the
They-
Shadows.
They changed
Oh,
the fucking labor laws in
Yeah,
New Zealand,
Yeah.
so they would do the Hobbit films there.
I remember this video where some actor went like it's so messed up because the representatives of like these movie companies or like this one movie company went to see the Prime Minister of New Zealand, but from the way it was organized you could like it almost felt as though the Prime Minister of New Zealand was visiting them.
Yeah.
Which is such an indictment on yeah.
I mean, hearing about the Prime Minister of New Zealand, I don't think that I'd want him to visit me right now.
Yeah, I mean, no, he is here though. He is here, and by extension, he is
That
where
is-
you are.
That hurt
In
my
your
feelings.
house.
Christopher, I have some questions for you. So,
No.
whenever you said that you would allow sheep to vote
I said
for the
no.
Prime Minister on a
I said no.
three-fifths
No
majority,
questions.
what did you mean by that?
This rowdy journalist is being very disrespectful.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to deport you to Antarctica.
And again,
did you know I'm very good at grinding things in a mortar? Look at this.
How is there anything you're not good at?
There are actually several things I'm very bad at. Yes.
This is made up information.
Name 3.
Yes, name 3.
Can I name 3 different sports?
No.
Sport is
Okay,
one category.
Let me think. Okay, sports 1. Let me think. Math. I'm terrible at math.
Well, Gideon doesn't respect that answer because that applies to him as well, so he thinks it's a normal and cool thing.
I love that you're also speaking for me, not even in absentia, but
Brilliant.
oh, so
bit.
okay, they have the
The bit has branched out.
They have so things that had there 4 things have happened in the history of New Zealand according to our correspondent. Fuck, oh no.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna say
Your
this and then
reporter.
I'm gonna comment on it. You have the Maori show up, the White Cunts show up, then there's the Treaty of Waluigi, and then Lord of the Rings is made. And I would like to mention that even though Babbitt posted Treaty of Waluigi beneath that post, I came up with that joke on my own independently, and I want credit for that.
Love you, Mr. Prime
New
Minister.
Zealand will not give you credit.
It's much like agriculture, which was invented separately in several different places.
I haven't. Still only heard you being bad at one thing.
Okay, math doesn't count, so
No, math does not count. No one is good at math.
Fucking morphosyntactic analysis. I
Okay,
literally
with
cannot do it.
morphosyntactical analysis. That's kind of a. I
Imagine
yeah,
being
sure.
bad at that.
No, I
mean,
can understand it.
it's important
I
to
can't.
say what your low points are. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like being on time. Like I'm chronically late to everything, pretty
I'm
much.
sorry
Like,
to point out that you are Spanish.
yes, but like, no,
I can say
so
this
late.
because I used to live in Spain and I speak
Yeah.
Spanish because I grew up there. Like, Jesus Christ. I know I'm German, but come on. Are you late for
Uh,
like a Spanish person even?
yes, I'm late for Spanish persons.
Jesus fucking Christ. How have you
I,
ever.
I've been
Do you think this live stream is at 4 in the afternoon?
pretty much that's, no, pretty much I have everything ready by 4 because I know that otherwise I will be late.
Oh, hell yeah.
And actually, that was the plan, and I finished at 7.
This is cool.
I'm actually early for next week's live stream.
Yeah.
Yes, that you are early for it.
I'm actually late for last week Dumpling stream, which is true, by the way.
Oh my god. That's correct information right there.
That is true. I did have to delay this live stream because the Prime Minister didn't have time. It's only on Good Friday that he.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because then, like
And
on
the other
Tuesday,
one's a bad
Tuesday was like
I
it was
take
sort
the
of
day off. You know?
it was sort of meh Tuesday, and today was like, oh, this is a Good Friday, and then he was like, I'll be on the Big Creek stream.
Someone who is not from New Zealand is telling me that we are making a great service for New Zealand.
Yes, I agree with this, and I'm sure the nation of New Zealand does. Damn, violence on stream here.
Yeah, I had to
I
deflate the
I
door.
thought it was based. I thought that door was based.
It is based, and that's why it can take a beating.
I don't know if the nation of New Zealand wants to be as the well, I can't say as the official representative, but as the host of the official representative of New Zealand.
Oh, I'm making you an ambassador.
Just no process to it.
Yeah. I can just
Stevia
appoint you.
process
Yeah, it's a
Like, you see the person
famously
now.
a monarchy, New Zealand. So
No, actually it is.
I mean, yeah, that's
Correct.
yeah. I was gonna like do a bit about like how the head of state is gonna show up, but then
Yeah.
Charles was like, "Ah, nah, man, I'm fucking knackered," and I
Have
couldn't
you heard
have the King of England on.
that Charles? This is me. This is actually gossip because I'm like his employee.
Yes.
But have you heard that Charles is not seeking actual medicine for his cancer anymore, but just going with basically a miracle healer?
That's good. That's a Life 3 effect.
He really is speed running this shit. It's honestly this fucking I'm a Charles. Well, I'm not a royalty apologist, but I'm a Charles apologist. He's all right. He's always been like very He's been like the Che Guevara of the royal family for basically since he was born. But this alternative medicine bullshit that he's on, it's like, Jesus Christ, man. What are you doing to yourself?
It's a decent day indeed.
I can call him Chucky now because
I can't.
We know each other.
You are an ambassador.
Yes, but an ambassador of New Zealand, he still has to be.
By the way, I got a special dumpling rolling pin.
Yes, I don't have one of those. I just want to point that out.
You don't need it. I like for the last 3 streams, I was using like a fucking like the mortar thingy.
Yes,
the pestle. Or like
the
a wooden
press
pestle.
that you have.
I mean, that's a different thing. That only works for certain dumplings. It does not work for this one because you want the edges of the wrapper to be slightly thinner than the center.
Hang on, you use a mortar and pestle to make dumpling wrappers?
No, just the
Okay,
the
just
a
the mortar,
particular
the
peso.
pestle. The pestle is
Yeah,
it's a small thing. That's a very
not the
generously
mortar.
loaded dumpling. That looks very good. Generous as the hearts of the people of New Zealand and the bounty of its nature. What is the idea
Absolutely.
behind the folding technique? What's the
It
symbolism?
gets the dumpling close.
Represents
Okay.
oh shit, I thought that was okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like
like whatever
New
you want.
Zealand is closed.
And
Yeah.
actually, I don't even care that much about the folding technique this time because I'm steaming them pleat side down.
Yeah, so that's an important aspect of the recipe that you need
I
to.
was about to do the
And
same
it's
mistake as you
you
know?
need to
I was
do
about to
them
place one.
pleat side down because obviously New Zealand is upside down.
Oh, of course.
That's the
Thank you.
symbolism.
That's exactly what I was trying to do.
I
I
think the New
made
Zealand space program is actually really easy to take off.
yeah.
They just like take
It's just
they
But it's
just,
much harder for them.
it's
let
just
it go.
it's
It's
the
much harder
problem
for
is
them
to
to jump out
land the
though.
rockets again. Is
Yeah.
they have like this huge tower and then it's like upside down and they like drop it. They just release the harness and it falls, but it needs to come back somehow. So,
New Zealand
Yeah.
airspace is just full of dead chimps.
yeah. This is how space works.
Yes. I like this special universe we live in where like things orbit the earth but somehow like being underneath the earth makes you fall. Like
Yeah,
there's
but it's
gravity but
that's
no,
only in New Zealand and Australia
yeah,
also. None of the
Australia of
other
course.
countries on the southern
Uh,
hemisphere.
the consensus down there it's a bit different, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah. The technocracy decided to go for a different path.
They were
Yeah.
setting up gravity and everything, and everyone's like, all
Actually,
right,
when the
fuck.
technocracy got there, actually they all got eaten by crocodiles. So like they never they have sort of been on their own since.
This is
They have
true.
laser guns and like hit marks, and they just get bodied by a fucking crocodile.
It's a very exclusive crowd, people of New Zealand. They all know each
Yeah,
other.
yeah.
This is not even like a
That's true
joke.
because
They have like
Hmm.
this was relayed to me by people from New Zealand that the national like telephone company is called I think 2 degrees or something because of like how everyone basically knows everyone on the island. I don't know if they have like an Iceland style find out if your cousin's dating app, but it would be funny if they did.
I think they just like accept that mistakes are going to happen.
It's very zen about the whole thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you know, sometimes you fuck your cousin. It's a something that happens sometimes.
Yeah,
Oh,
the famously the accent is
New
Yeah,
Zealand dating site is still getting worked on.
yeah.
What?
I just typed in kiwimeat.com and it said, hey, we're still a work in progress.
Because they haven't found any New Zealanders.
Yeah, they need to find the ones
Yeah.
that
yeah.
We're
They found
trying to find this is a dating app for New Zealanders, but we only have one of them at this point, and we have to find at least a second one.
like, please, someone just get
I
with
mean,
Greg so we
they
don't have to
found
make this.
they found actually New Zealanders, but like they were both married to each other and cousins.
Yeah, yeah. That's
Second
not
cousins,
possible. They're
like
already
not
paired up. Then that's not possible. Then.
like no, though it's second cousins. That's important to know. Like they were not like that closely related, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So Leda apparently is not part of the political elite because they
Oh,
only know have met their local MP instead of being drinking regularly with
as we know
John New
that
Zealand.
New Zealanders are famous for the quite worrisome consumption of alcohol.
Yes.
Actually, I learned this while I was doing the research for the dumplings. Like there is actually a drinking problem amongst the Maori, because like they are not treated the best. So like
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of them.
if you live forced to live an extremely shitty life, of course you're
In
gonna
New Zealand, nonetheless.
be at risk for substance abuse addiction.
You know, New Zealand is like one of the imperial countries that has had historically the best relationship with its natives, which is actually really fucked up
Yeah.
if you know anything about New Zealand history.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the gold standard. Is kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
well,
The bar is in hell.
That's bad. That's really worrisome. Yeah. Like if it's also here from that. Which, by the way, I have the opinion that the expression "all down here from there" should mean something good because it's easier to go down here than it is to go up here.
yes,
You know?
I agree. I think that's very intelligent and astute.
In fact, in Spanish, "cuesta abajo" means that something's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Like, "todo cuesta abajo desde aquí."
I've never
This
heard this
expression.
even a single time.
You hear it every so often.
But
It's not such
I
an
did
expression.
only live in Spain as a child.
Yeah. We have invented many expressions ever since.
Do you this is a completely unrelated question, but do you happen to know
Yeah.
how much like a ferry ride is for a pedestrian from like Barcelona or Valencia to Mallorca?
I looked it up, but I was like 12 when I didn't look it up personally, but I got that information, but it was years ago. I was like 12.
What was
Like at one point, I didn't know.
what was the information?
I think it was like $60.
Jesus fucking Christ. Because I remember looking a few years ago and they were like $200, but that implied that you were taking a car. I feel like just being some like weird little guy on a boat should be a bit cheaper than $60.
Boats are
I
expensive.
think
Like,
Yeah,
I
but these are
should
like
eventually.
huge ferries.
I think one of these days I should get a boat.
That would be cool.
Like, yeah. It's,
I don't know how to use boats.
I actually do. I did take classes when I was. I mean, probably I don't know anymore, but I used to know how to, like, sail a boat.
Now, I was always more of a swimmer, which it's weird because I fucking hate swimming now. It doesn't give me any pleasure. But back then I loved swimming and diving, and then I lost my childhood and became cynical and old.
Yeah.
At the
I mean,
age of 10.
maybe when you go back to being childhood, like,
Yeah, when I
no,
return to my child state,
yeah,
I will once again be a
maybe,
child.
yeah, and you will again like swimming. I'm going to prove them all on the steamer, and I would take 3 of them later to bake. I'm going to I'm not going to fry any of them because I've decided that's a lot of work and I don't have oil. I forgot to buy oil. I do not have oil for frying, so I will not. So I'm going to steam 3 of them and bake 3 of them.
I don't know if people in New Zealand know what Steam is. It's like a computer program where you can buy video games. That's what's gonna be done.
Yes, we've heard of those. We're working on banning it.
Oh fuck!
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Damn, I think no one just everyone said something, but nobody heard what anyone else said.
Yeah.
I love moments like this. This is a professional show done by professionals. It's not. I'm the
Yeah.
only one who
Wait,
does
Okay,
this professionally.
I have
Does that
worked
mean I should be
this
being paid?
entire time. I've worked on doing the bits more,
Yeah.
and I think I have now succeeded. Wait, let me.
Oh
Yes.
oh my god. Hell yeah.
That's
That was so not worth it.
This sucks. This sucks so
Hell
much,
yeah.
dude.
what is happening. I can't.
He's like, if you could, it's. How do I?
Oh no!
Can I?
Oh,
am I
no.
allowed to describe
am-
this
Oh,
even? I feel
no.
like this would be a crime.
I think it should be a crime against humanity.
Hell yeah. I love
Maybe
this.
maybe I should make it more square. This, and also maybe I should have him do something else than W's and O's.
Yeah, it
This-
looks like he's like fucking
No, I
making
think that's
monkeys.
part
up.
of the
he's doing a fish.
It's like he wants a kiss. It doesn't know how to ask for one.
Magic, really.
Um. God
I
damn.
think I'm only going to make 4 because I'm not like I have already had dinner and I don't want to have dinner twice.
This is
So like I'm going to
breaking news from the. You're not a hobbit.
no. But I do sometimes have 2 breakfasts.
Breaking news: you're sometimes a hobbit.
No, it's just a Spanish thing. Desayuno y almuerzo.
But do you then also have a merienda?
Not often, like not anymore. When I was little, I did.
It's really a
This is-
school child thing, isn't it? I've really.
Honestly,
I know very few adults who do it.
now I have 15 minutes to kill.
Well, is the
I
prime
suggest
minister
the use of a gun.
is the prime
I mean, I
minister
think-
interested
I think he's
in
making dumplings,
maybe
actually.
playing? Does the prime is the prime minister someone who plays dailies? Because we have someone here named Sitor who makes all the dailies.
Well, we have-
we have the guy who makes all of them here. And,
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah. And so if you want to play some of them, that would be.
You would expect him to always win, but he doesn't. He's like quite a cool guy and does not know
Yeah, he's
the
very
answers
humble.
to any of the dailies.
It's very humble. So yeah, that's kind of if you
Win
wanna
a lot. Good at trivia.
put in a little moment of time.
I
to
mean,
listen
I
to
mean,
dailies.
I mean, fuck. Whoever the Cetor character is
Yes.
wins a lot. I mean, because I'm not being him. I'm being.
I'm not entirely
Prime
sure if
Minister.
Peter would like you saying that, given the kind of character you've turned out to be.
We should spend half an hour looking for one mall in Panama.
Yes,
That'd be
in
good.
Panama
Yeah,
again.
for
And then it turns out that the mall has the same name as the fucking airport.
I love. We were at the other airport. I think about that sometimes. It's like
Yeah.
it's like the opposite of the Welsh
Tragic.
Argentina thing.
Yeah.
It's incredible. That was such a blunder.
Really is.
Yeah, but do you want to do like 15 minutes of dailies until we get to the point where Alex is ready to present?
I mean, yeah.
Yes.
After
Give me
Dumpling,
just a
birth.
sec
we
to
will have-
update this to the
Give birth.
square.
By the way,
Yeah.
I'm still going to steam them upside down, but this one actually looks pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a
I'm-
good judge of this, so.
I wasn't even trying like it because I want them around. Like actually, you have like 30 minutes
Okay.
for dailies because like
Shit.
after proofing they will need to book.
Yeah.
So like
Well, hell yeah. Well then, Mr. Prime Minister Christopher Luxon, who is here.
Yes. I am here. I am now square.
Yes.
So this is working perfectly and as intended.
Are you
And
here
we
now?
can
You're
do
free?
dailies now.
That's excellent. I really appreciate your support here. Yeah, we'll be
I
jumping.
can't believe I managed to do this live.
It is very impressive.
Okay,
Thank you
hang on.
for
We're gonna start
picking
with
up the slack for
controversial one.
Sito, who can't be here today because he is in
Yes.
New Zealand,
We did an exchange
pretending
program.
to be the prime minister.
He's shitting his pants right now because I have him do the address,
Yeah,
the Good Friday address.
that happens in New Zealand.
Actually, he's like doing
He
much
doesn't.
better.
Yeah, he doesn't speak the language.
Anyway, what game is this?
Is this
I'm asking.
Fable?
Those look like
What?
katanas.
Fable?
I don't think it's Fable, but I'm just gonna ask it.
Is this Stoker? That do be
what's
a
that?
gas mask.
Do you think that's a gas mask?
I don't think
Seems
it's
to
Stalker.
be.
Those look like katanas from the.
No,
Looks like a
those are
normal ass sword.
Western style swords, I think.
They have like no crossguard.
No, there is one.
Some swords didn't have a crossguard.
Also, I
Like
mean,
Plants vs Zombies, yes.
that one is.
It does vibe like a zombie game.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't
be
know,
honest,
like one of
I
those
like-
medieval sort of zombie ones.
What?
There's like a game that's being made right now, which is like zombies and knights. Like you're knights who fight zombies.
Yeah,
Actually, there are
it's
two
called
games
Skyrim.
like that
Wait,
being
is
made.
that a Predator?
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
I've heard of this.
Ninja Gaiden.
Okay, that
It
is
is, in fact,
definitely
Ninja
some
Gaiden.
kind of ninja. Yeah.
Is it
Ninja Gaiden,
black?
I feel
There's
like
a lot of
I
black
feel
on
like
here.
It would be very funny if this was just black. The Ninja Gaiden black. Come on.
For this game, we made him
on.
black.
Come on.
A place filled with
It's the
homosexual.
one I didn't
my
guess.
Yeah.
The only Ninja Gaiden remaining.
Yeah.
No,
This is disappointing. Tradle.
This is probably New Zealand.
Please, I
Oh my god, imagine if it is.
No, it's I think
fucking
it's
know this.
104 billion trade. 104 billion. It's definitely not. Come on.
Try anyway.
It might be on the
please.
other side of the planet.
Yeah, this really feels like a European country to me.
Try it anyway. If it is, it's going to be very funny. Just try it.
It's
Try what?
the insulated wire thing. Okay, let's zoom in because I can't see this. So this is 104 billion export economy.
Yeah.
And one of the main
A lot
things,
of cars, not a lot of tractors, I'm noticing.
and
it's not Germany.
some of the biggest ones are like just like sort of electrical components, but like machinery, insulated wire, control boards, heaters, iron.
Rapeseed.
Someone here saying it's China.
Someone what?
Someone in my WhatsApp is saying it's China.
I don't think it's China.
No.
I feel like China would have much higher than.
That's surely too little for China.
Oh, this is definitely too little.
China would have more than 100 billion.
This okay, so because what I'm seeing like the product spread of like a small
Revolution counters.
Jesus Christ.
They have so many revolutions they need
This has to be an
machinery to
Eastern
match
European
it.
nation, I guess.
It's France.
This
French are
this
so
has
good
like
at
the
fighting.
product spread of like a small sort of country, like a sort of developing country, but has the money aspect of a much bigger one.
Safety glass. So many of the lot of sheep. a lot of
Zealand.
sheep.
New Zealand.
Chicken.
It's not New Zealand.
have
We
tried,
guessed
I
it.
have tried New Zealand.
Oh fuck.
We
Dude,
should guess
okay,
it.
Okay, I'm
I'm
going to
gonna.
watch stream, so I'm like just going
It
to
might
sit
actually
right
be France,
here.
maybe?
I'm gonna make a guess, and you're not gonna like it.
Oh no.
My feet are
Norway.
going to get tired while I do this.
You can sit
Norway
down.
would have a shit
I
ton of petroleum products.
It's like seats, like
I don't. Would it be a shit ton necessarily? No, it's not.
Yes,
It's not gonna be Norway.
in as measured in its monetary worth, definitely.
I guess I'm not too familiar with that economy. You can sit down wherever you want. You don't have to be on
Yeah.
camera for it. This is just,
I mean, yeah, but I don't want to set up everything again.
It's 1,000 kilometers east of.
they
Is it
make
Hungary?
seats.
Czechia?
That's not that's not almost 2,000 kilometers away.
It's kind of there. 2,000 kilometers. Wait, no, it's further away,
Yeah.
right?
No.
Can you
The
guess
two
New
of
Zealand
us-
just to be sure?
Sorry, you and the Ceto character are about 1,000 kilometers apart.
Yeah, so it would be way further.
So it would
This
be
might
like-
be like Bulgaria or some shit. Or like I guess
Yeah,
Bulgaria's a bit too far south. If at all. Romania might be.
Fuck
It is-
yes.
God damn.
Fermi estimates, people.
Oh, we got the
we,
right
we
flag.
fucking Fermi estimated this.
There's a lot. I don't want to say this makes a lot more sense now because it's such a it's such a racist thing to
I mean,
say.
What cars does Romania make? What is the
dude? I don't. It's about the what they export. You know what I mean?
car?
It's not about the export. You don't have to make things to
Oh,
export it.
Dacia.
Oh,
like the Dacia Duster.
Dacia is actually huge.
Oh,
Come on,
That's
I'm doing
okay,
a bit.
that makes sense.
That's how you call it.
I'm doing a bit, and the bit is called being
I've
racist.
been calling it that. I mean,
Oh, this is one of the Dakotas, right?
Yeah, I think this is in South Dakota, Mount Rushmore, and this would be
I
when
thought
it's
that
when
might
it
be-
was when like the indigenous holy site was being desecrated. I couldn't tell you where it is, but it would be. I mean, it would have to show up.
isn't like
Would it be in reservation?
North, I
It's
think it's
possible.
North Dakota.
Possible. Do you think it's North? Because it's
North
one of them. See, if only MDEF was here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd fucking lock this in
Yeah,
instantly.
because
Mr. Prime Minister, could you like try to make a New Zealand accent?
No.
Okay.
you feel like it would be racist to do?
Yeah,
You're
it
in
would be
Minnesota, by
offensive
the
for
way.
me as
You're in
the
Minnesota.
prime minister.
You're in Minnesota.
Am I?
Yes, you're in Minnesota. That's Minnesota.
Oh, so I am,
Ends
yes.
it ends at Fargo. You know. I have no idea where in the Dakotas Mount Rushmore is, or even if you would call it Mount Rushmore National Park.
I feel like it's in another national park.
I don't know. Americans do unexpected
Is it
things.
by Sioux Falls?
I don't believe so.
They have a lake called the Andes.
Finally.
That's weird.
Do they have a mountain range called Titicaca as well?
Yeah.
That's where it is. The Andes.
They have a road called the Danube.
Hang on, the Black Mountains? Is it? Oh shit! I remember something about the something about the holy site.
Black Hills.
Black Hills, yes,
Bear Mountain.
yes, and I think somewhere in the Black Hills, there is Mount Rushmore.
Jewel Cave.
I'm pretty. I think we're a bit south now
You'd
from the Black Hills.
you'd think it'd show up.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this would, a bit.
What is this? Tesla.
This is a strange sort of little designation. I honestly, you would think that Mount Rushmore would show up. It's like one of the most famous sort of things in the United States.
Sort of things. It is indeed a sort of thing.
And specifically, the one reason you'd go to North Dakota.
That's true. Or south,
The
depending on
only
which one
reason-
it actually is.
The
That's a
only
good point.
It is
reason
definitely in the
I'm
mountains, and
not
that
very
is the
big on-
only sort of mountainous area that I've been able to see. So it has to be in the Black Hills.
This is also mountainous, right?
Is it? It doesn't look that way, but you have a better view of it. Oh yeah, it's also more mountainous. It just didn't. I see it
Yeah.
on like a smaller section of the screen.
Yeah.
You know what? I should probably actually.
Lakota Nation. Is
I
Mount
hear-
Rushmore by the Lakota Nation?
About to
It's
start
Or
I think so. I
incredible.
think that's the. I think that's
The
actually the holy
Cheyenne
ground that is
River.
separated.
No, the question is it actually the Lakota tribe or another one?
I think it's just the Dakota. I mean, I don't really know, but I thought it is. I vaguely remember.
As the Prime Minister of New Zealand, who has had a fucking haka against his government from the Maori delegates, I feel
That is
like we shouldn't generalize against the natives, you know.
That's
I am not generalizing. I'm actually being very specific.
not to like posit anything wild, but I feel like it's possible.
Standing Rock.
I feel like it's possible that the reservations don't really perfectly overlap with the ancestral like grounds of where the people lived. I don't want to assume anything, but I feel like that's a theory.
That would be pretty fucked up.
Oh,
Why
no.
would they do that?
That's
It was
that's
a big
woke
thing.
of you.
I know. I'm such a woke guy.
Okay, there we go.
Seriously, where the fuck is it though? Where the fuck is Mount Rushmore?
We had this
South
thing called the
Dakota.
Yeah.
Trail of Treats.
Give it
where-
But it's
here.
more.
What is Rapid City?
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
I think taking a bit this one, you should rush more.
Yes, we have. No, we're not doing that. And I think he's the like Lincoln is the like the I wanted the outer left, isn't he?
I think he's the right. He's on the right. I remember that someone's face is like staring at Lincoln.
I think he's the last one. Yeah,
Oh, it's okay.
yeah,
that's-
okay, the right one if you're looking at it. The left one.
It
from
is
their
one of
perspective,
the
you know?
most insane feats. Like when I was a kid, I used to just accept it, and I thought this was like a normal thing, and I thought it
should
was
have,
like
like,
thousands
watched
of years old. But it is just legitimately
Yeah.
one of the most insane monuments in human history. And because the reason they put it there is specifically to spite like the Lakota people, or like the people who live in the Black Hills, to
Yeah.
like specifically to insult them, which is really kind of puts a little bit of a sour aftertaste on the whole thing, doesn't it?
When are we
Yeah.
figuring?
I have no fucking idea when they built it.
So 1929
I-
feels a little too late, just because that's, Great Depression just is about to start, and I feel like this isn't at the
I'm
level.
pretty sure they completed it in 1941.
What?
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think this was not like because look at these guys. They have white helmets. Actually, that one has a white helmet. It's just they look a little too modern.
He looks like a park ranger.
Also, the helmets could be
With a
yellow,
white brim
and
hat.
it's just a picture.
I'm just saying,
it's
it's
like
like I'm pretty sure it was like in the 30s or 40s that they made it.
By the way, 15 minutes and
Oh my
Holy
god,
shit.
full 10,000.
Holy
Oh my fucking God.
shit!
Fuck, I'm good at this game.
This is the
Okay, we are in
something-
Sweden.
Yeah, this is in Sweden.
We are whenever Mio. Oh my god, this guy does not seem to be enjoying his time.
I don't know what kind of royal wedding this is, because I don't give a shit about that sort of
They
thing.
have
But yeah,
very old
I feel like
phones.
I feel like this was a while ago. Also, very understated in like the it's. I feel like royal weddings in other countries are way. I mean, maybe it's not a royal wedding. It's just sort of
I'm pretty sure
Some
this is
lady.
bound to
thing.
be a royal wedding with her dress,
Yeah, I don't know.
and she has the veil.
She has the wave.
Oh,
She
fucking.
has the veil. She's wearing the wave.
Well, I mean, like, you know how the royal wave, like, it's like, oh yeah, like,
Yeah, but they do that always. Is the
I
thing.
like the papal one. The that I mean you can't see it, but you can imagine it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do like me a papal
This-
wave. I would I there was I think like a short phase in my late teens where I was doing that to greet people, and I think it was too bit too weird, so I stopped doing it.
Yeah, yeah. So right there it says palace, and here's the church.
Yeah,
So
I feel
I'm guessing it's
this-
like on the way here.
yeah, this general area feels very correct.
Oh, cathedral. That's probably more promising than just church.
I have dreadful news. Actually, I have really, really bad news.
Yes.
The La Figuera apron just broke.
Oh, this is the nation of New Zealand will pay for this.
Yeah, don't worry, I have another
Bring
one.
it, bitch.
I don't think it's keen right now, but I do have another one. But you know, for the rest of the stream, we will.
This is a
Wait,
terrible
we can
crime
do
by
this
the
as a-
nation of New Zealand. It's very there's no gratitude.
Yeah, I think I'm going to call the king and the president.
Yeah.
I think Spain is going to be declaring war
Yeah.
on the nation of
Yeah.
New Zealand. It's really on the
Bring
other
it,
side of
bitch.
the planet.
Yeah.
Christopher, you'll
We're gonna
pay-
sink the British Commonwealth is gonna sink the Spanish Armada once again. I am saying this as Christopher Luxon, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, who didn't just have to glance at his Discord username to remember what his name was.
Yeah, so when shit, yeah, it would be in that general area. I'm not sure we have that. I'm not seeing any street signs to be a bit more specific. But this
There's one phone with a touch screen.
yeah, so this could be sort of late 2000s. This feels like the late 2000s.
Wait.
Oh.
Kunglik.
So that's like
think that
royal.
just
That
means
means
royal.
royal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this definitely
But
is
this
in
is like the palace
area.
area. So.
Yeah. So that is. So then, with that, it's probably the correct area to be because it's.
Fuck it. Let's go. 2010.
Damn,
Oh,
that was
The
a
other side.
pretty good fucking
Oh,
guess.
there is the royal palace. The slot.
Yeah. Okay, so
King
okay.
Gustav III is just there apparently.
So for we have
just chilling.
the ambassador of New Zealand has noted that the New Zealand will put this is the South Pole, will
North Pole.
put its
What?
3 years of its GDP into replacing the apron.
Why?
Also,
Why is there a lower secretary of the fountain?
because there's already an upper one. It's not. It's
Yeah.
not so much about being the lower secretary. It's about being the sub-secretary. There's also a secretary for the DOMs of the family. And my boyfriend, for some reason, I don't know what the fuck he's saying, but he says, "Oh, fun fact! I helped prepare the food for them when they were visiting Germany because I was interning at the place that delivers to City Hall." So I don't know if this is about Mount Rushmore.
The royal family, I assume.
Or the royal family of Sweden?
Yeah.
So okay, just the people of Sweden or the royal family of them? But yeah, this is if you zoom out a little bit,
hmm
not on the map but on the photograph, I should have mentioned.
Ah,
You can
Yeah.
see in the back, I believe that is Neumeier. Can you zoom in on that green thing?
them.
Okay.
This is actually the North Pole. That's Santa's workshop.
That's actually, yeah, that's not Neumeier, but it's probably some other thing. I know that like thing, that like globe is on the South Pole. That is specifically on the South Pole. And this is like
Listen, I want.
this is the
Like
area where all
the,
the
the true
various
magnetic South Pole?
By the way,
no,
check
the
out my
geographical
Stardust
South
Starter. It's
Pole.
now purple.
Oh wow.
And that's sort of this is why the flags are there, because that's specifically where they where like
It
those
was the royal family in 2016.
divisions
Goddamn.
sort of happen.
Have you seen my purple sourdough starter?
I am
Yes.
seeing it. It's very beautiful. I was wondering at it.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
purple because I fed it with purple sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I like it. Well done.
Is this the place?
No,
Cape
it's. I mean, you
Morgan?
have to go. You just have to point it because of the way this projects. You just point it at like this. Yeah, you go to the southernmost
Anywhere
point.
in the south.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
To
yeah.
the southernmost point that you can go, and then it's that. I would reckon. Yeah, and then
Is it actually
like this
it's
feels
actually
like
on this album?
this would have been some sort of treaty, right? Yeah, these are politicians.
Why do two of them just look unhappy to be there?
Because they're at the South Pole. That's
Wait, is that just
That'd be
the
stoked.
president of Chile or whatever?
it could be. He looks pretty young to be the president of Chile, and pretty sort of, yeah. And he might be the president of like some sort of academy or some shit. I don't know.
Anyway, that's Senate. I think 2012 feels good.
Yeah, they were confirming that the end of the world wasn't happening.
Oh, this was like yesterday.
Cool. How
And we were forever
That's
away.
not how map projection works. That is what?
By the way, I have to say the dumplings smell really good.
This is ridiculous.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I don't know exactly what the projection is on this. I don't know if there's like a thing that they leave out at the bottom, but that is a ridiculous thing to do.
Right, they slice off the bottom for the ice wall.
This is fucking Los Diputados. That would
The
be
Congress of
just
Deputies.
like the parliament, basically. I think
Yeah,
this might be
But
in
who?
Let me look at the stream.
Look, is this what the Spanish Parliament building looks like? El Congreso de los Diputados.
I mean, I don't think so.
I feel like, if anything, this is a regional parliament at best, right?
Do you know?
It's a bit understated.
Oh, come on. It might be in South America. That was my first thought, that it might be in South America.
I don't think.
Maybe I'm spoiled because
second,
the
maybe.
parliament in Vienna is fucking enormous.
Xavi, ¿tú lo sabes?
This is what the parliament in Vienna looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, my players fought
I mean,
there.
maybe we're just seeing the back entrance, of the other one.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Although the back entrance is also a big...
Maybe we're seeing the side entrance. Okay, let's try finding out more information.
Okay.
So there do be a gun.
Yeah,
That's...
there do be military police in general.
I can't tell anything from that gun. Wait, no, actually,
Is that a fire brigade?
okay, so it looks like this is probably from the early 60s.
Okay. I'm getting the 23rd of February, 1981.
What?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. No,
Getting what?
hang on a fucking second. You are receiving WhatsApp messages from someone?
Yes.
Then we don't do that
That's
here.
bad. That's illegal.
That's
But
cheating.
someone.
They might have Googled.
Yeah, they might have looked
No,
this up. We can't
It's someone looking
trust.
at the stream. No, it's someone looking at the stream.
We can't trust
What?
the chat.
Okay,
Yes.
fair enough.
What? What?
Fair enough. I did
Okay.
ask. No.
They probably are
Fuck
just
it,
someone who
let's
knows.
go.
They probably are just someone who knows this, and we're
Yeah,
being
I'm actually like
just
my
anal
friend from
about
real life.
this. But it's
My real
Where
life friend who came
is
into the server recently, who's a historian.
yeah.
where is the parliament in
But
Madrid?
then we will still
Maybe
we will do it wrong.
maybe we can see what? No.
Should say it.
Okay, so somebody in
Maybe
chat
we will
also just said that same thing.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
The
For
problem
fuck's
is
sake.
now the problem
Explains
is
why
I
the
mean,
guns look so old.
It's like a famous historical event. I just couldn't recognize it from the picture.
yeah, the problem is
This is cheating.
okay, here's the thing.
No, because it was someone playing
Looking
along.
into this information, I would have eventually guessed something like this. But now, can I not guess it because it was said?
I mean,
think-
that's just
how we were-
pointless to think about, in my opinion. We just fucking send it. But shut the fuck up, chat.
from how we were robbed with the
Exactly.
the Antarctica thing, I think that we deserve a perfect score on this one.
I was really mad about the South America one because that ain't how none of this works.
Someone help me find the fucking parliament in Madrid.
Unless I'm incredibly stupid
Oh.
and I forgot because
Okay.
I've been examined on knowing this. But the university where I study has like a piece of paper that says I know how map projection works.
Yes, anyway, shut up.
1 minute, 1 minute, like around a minute until the dumplings are done. Hold on a second, right there.
Yeah, I have no idea where the parliament of
That's not where
Spain is.
Ibiza is.
No, it's Mallorca's right next to it.
Yeah, that's Mallorca.
Yeah. I have no idea. I've never really looked into Madrid. Hang on. Actually, I do know where one particular church is, which is the church under which Sabat Cardinal Moncada used to hang out for about 600 years.
Oh, Royal Palace. That's a good shout, probably.
I was thinking my mom was awake to have like an impartial judge. I mean, sort of impartial. Someone that is not me.
Oh, fuck it. I'm bored.
Yeah.
Regular Goblin says we can trust them.
Okay. Well, in
I don't
that
care.
case. But we looked at that side of town.
Yeah.
What?
Okay, we have to. I think we have to interrupt real
What's
quick
this?
for the dumplings, right?
No,
Yes.
she said 10 minutes.
No,
right?
yeah,
Said 1
the
minute.
10 minutes are actually, it's been like 30 minutes. And I say 1 minute, not 10.
Okay, so I think it's currently dumpling
What?
time, real quick.
These fucking children are standing there cunty as fuck.
They're about to steal it.
We are now focused on the. I have the dumpling stream on main. They look very
don't
good.
care.
They look sort
They're
of.
still cunty.
They look
These are
potatoey.
the best ones, and
They look like potatoes.
Yes, one second.
Baked potatoes.
Yeah, very hot.
Glorious.
Okay, and these are the steamed ones.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut them both to get a cross section. I'm actually going to like leave them sit for a moment because they are very hot.
Oh, well, that's an interesting. Definitely that they sort of like burst apart. That looks beautiful though. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Oh,
There's
that
one.
looks fantastic.
Cool.
And There's the other.
That's beautiful
Oh
as
my
well.
God.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Jesus, they're
Like,
spilling over with
which one
stuff.
should I try
Stuffing.
first?
Maybe the
just
one
going to
that
blow.
won't burn your mouth. How about that one?
Both of them are going to. Like, I'm just going to blow. Let's go with the steamed ones. Because I think like the
Prostitute when
baked
you
ones
ask
make
her
a bit more
what
sense for
beach
the
is
nation of
fine.
New Zealand. They smell really good, actually. You maybe get the spices and the mint.
Yeah.
Hot.
That's the verdict. They are hot. We made the recipe
New
makes
Zealand is a pretty warm
so
country.
they come out hot. That's the recipe.
Okay, I'm going to try the baked one next. Those are good, by
Replace
the
your
way.
teeth with ice.
So they meant.
Horse champ.
Or hot.
That one also is hot.
This is surprising information for the citizens of New Zealand.
Okay, what do they taste like?
Okay. Let me think like of an actual description instead of just saying they're good again. Alright. So the kiwi
Okay,
was
we note she doesn't want to say they're good.
yeah, no, they are good, but like just saying they are good doesn't give you any new information. So like the kiwis were kind of underripe. So like you get a certain acidity that pairs pretty well with the whole thing because it's also like quite rich, both from the lamb and the pork fat that I added.
Yeah.
You get a lot of the lamb and kiwi flavor. The spices are not overpowering, but they are easily noticeable. Like you can taste them. Like I think the out of the two, the baked ones win. The steamed ones are good, like like a steamed dumpling. About you sort of get the idea of how they are, but like the filling is already quite soft. Like it doesn't pose any resistance at all when bit. So like the baked ones, since they are kind of crispy on the outside, do provide more of a texture contrast. So yeah, that's my verdict. It's going to be like what was the second high? I don't remember how I named the tiers. It was D, B. Okay, I think B was the second best.
Yes.
It was
I don't
D,
know.
B. I think it was D, B, C,
DBZ.
A. I think it was that because it was dumpling, banging, cool. It's alright. And us.
Yes, the system makes sense.
Yeah.
And we are in the
I am
banging
posting the tier list in the channel.
banging tier dumpling.
This is the system.
This is the system.
Feel hot.
The
Yeah,
top tier
this
was
is.
D
I feel
for
like in a
dumpling.
sense we have also not just given them a dumpling, but also a type of empanada. So
Which is a
So
dumpling.
they owe us. They owe us.
Yeah.
They're in the hole.
The second bite was better. We might have an S tier in our hands.
There is no S tier.
Where's the S tier?
Sorry, D tier.
God damn.
That could be the D tier.
Like they taste sort of like, I mean, they do not taste like a Thai curry, but it does have that certain vibe that Thai curry has. You know that.
What? That is an
Yeah,
insane thing to say.
like Tiger is like they have like all of the flavors. Like there are bit spicy, bit sour, bit sweet.
Yeah.
Bit umami. It just have sort of that vibe. And
Yeah.
also like the spices, the fresh herbs.
I have eaten food before. I understand what you say.
Yeah,
Because
so
I am
that
an eater
it
of
just
food.
it reminds me to be specific of like Thai mango chicken.
Yeah. And it's
It kinda
But
it's
like
New
that.
it's all it's New Zealand kiwi lamb. So this is Mr. Prime Minister. How do you feel about this situation now? Are you honored to be able to accept this gift on behalf of the great nation of New Zealand?
The British Armada is on its way. We have decided we're not going to take this dumpling as a gift. We're going to seize it by force. The first shot was against the apron,
Yeah.
and more will follow.
This is how much they want it. This is how much New Zealand loves
You heard it.
dumpling.
You heard it here first. New Zealand is now at war with Spain.
This is true, and therefore
Again?
the entire Commonwealth is.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Oh no, fuck, we have to fight the Canadians.
you have to fight
Oh, shit.
Gibraltar. That's the.
Oh shit. I mean, we're taking that.
They're right on your borders already.
That might be a good thing, actually. We're taking that back.
They will
Like,
invade from Gibraltar.
You will try.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Anyway,
I would love for you to post this as a recipe because
yeah.
we can get this into I believe we can get this into the kitchens of New Zealand. If it's only a
We
couple
have the
people who do
technology.
it as a bit. Because it's an excellent recipe using actual local ingredients.
Yeah.
So, and I'm experiencing
but
severe
like,
acid reflux right now for reasons that I don't quite understand.
Two things I forgot to mention before. That first, I use honey in the lamb marinade. And like, you could use Manuka honey
Yeah.
from New Zealand for that. The priced New Zealand
I've
honey.
never been horny.
Yeah.
Emphasis on priced. That's the reason why I didn't use it. It is very fucking expensive.
Yeah.
Like suffering
Okay.
levels of expensive.
Yeah.
I only did use a little bit though.
I feel like that's
So
fair
that-
though.
And also, like,
Anyway,
I read
where
about
are we?
a particular. Sorry, what's the second thing?
No.
And also, I heard about like a particular New Zealand native herb that was used in cooking. I don't quite remember the name right now. But like I could not test that because you cannot get that herb outside of New Zealand. But if you're in New Zealand, you could try adding that one. It's like a pretty common over down there. So like
Yeah.
that's something you could do.
The most important question here appears to be, does it taste like kiwi?
Yeah.
Yes, that's
We'll
all we
definitely
need to
do it.
know. That is all
Excellent.
we need to know.
Anyway, I have spent the last 10 minutes pretending like it didn't already clock that this writing is either Hungarian or Finnish. I think.
This is a colonial goods store. Colonial Varu?
Yeah, in Finland or Hungary.
I feel
Two
like
countries that do
neither
not
of
have,
these countries engaged in colonialism. I'm just
It's still what
You
the
could
language
consider
is, I'm pretty
the
sure.
specialist army, like sort of colonialism. These are actually quite good. They are quickly growing on me, especially now that they do not burn my mouth.
It is a plus.
Hmm.
But this looks
Like,
tragically American.
there's something just gives me like San Francisco about this.
That is
Maybe
insane.
no, because here's the thing.
You can put it in Helsinki.
I'm thinking. Oh, hang on. Those lines are those tram lines being built?
Yes.
Yes, one must assume.
Okay.
They look like. Does Helsinki have trams? Did Helsinki have trams? I
When
don't
I
know.
said Helsinki is
Probably it's a European city.
Yeah, but I don't have trams in the shitty.
That kind of looks like a
So
tram
yeah,
in the middle of that
yeah.
road.
It would be
What?
very
I'm
I
fun.
am.
sorry. I said it as a joke.
I don't think this is Finland.
You don't think it's Helsinki?
Can we zoom around a little bit? Can we zoom back on the letters? I want to use my own schizo powers here. It's too.
Yeah, because that's not Finnish.
It's not Finnish. That isn't Finnish.
Why would you say this? It vibes Finnish.
No, it does not. None about this.
I'm language man.
Yes, but I'm schizo man.
Yeah, it's still undergoing. It's not finished yet.
Yeah, the issue is
Oh,
that
shut up.
if I can kind of make out what the word is in English, then it's not Finnish.
That's basically
That's
it.
not how that
That's
works.
how exactly
No.
how it works.
No.
The houses. No, this is not Finland.
Well, you know what? Fuck you. Get outvoted.
Just
By the Prime Minister of New Zealand.
his votes.
Yes, this is how we do democracy in Finland. And these boys are so cunty, they have to be Slavic. And Finland is honorary Slavic, so...
No, they're reaching in for rocks in their
Much
pockets.
like
they're
Portugal.
Yeah. Get outvoted. It is Helsinki, get
Holy shit.
fucked!
Holy shit, I'm going to kill myself.
Yes, good.
That is
Excellent.
insane.
What the fuck?
I've never been this wrong about anything in my life.
Signe
I
Branda.
said I did not want to have dinner twice, and I ended up having dinner twice.
That's how good
That's
they are,
crazy.
folks. That's how good. New Zealand, you truly have been given a gift.
Please don't.
No,
go
we're
to
not.
war
We're
with
taking
me.
it by force.
Don't do
By the
it.
way, not in any way related to New Zealand that I know of, but pistachios would have been good inside of this.
The first professional museum photographer in Finnish history
Okay.
took this photo. And she was a woman. That's pretty hype.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
The first Finnish.
Oh my
woman?
God.
I wanna street view this street in Helsinki and how it looks now. And let's hope I can do that before we run out of time.
Oh yeah, no.
I'll just-
Oh, hang on. Yeah, it's actually only 3 minutes left on the clock, Mr. Prime Minister.
Yeah.
So you have to. I don't know if
That
New
was-
Zealand internet is fast enough to accommodate.
I did time it
From
very
what I
well.
hear, it is not. But we will make do. I
just feel
am
bad for
putting
jokingly
it
saying
on a track for savings because we spend too much money on this internet that doesn't work quickly enough. Can please someone talk so I don't have to do
It's
bits
fine.
while
It's fine.
I'm
We're
doing-
gonna take the time. We're gonna view the street. That's gonna be the last thing we do.
Yeah, but I need to find
And
it.
then we are all going to commit seppuku because
Wait,
creating this dumpling for the
after-
nation of New Zealand.
After we roll the dumping wheel.
Yeah.
After we
It's and then it's because we've already done the greatest contribution that we will ever do to the human species.
Oh, no, you missed it. It was lamb and it was kiwi. It was awesome.
Yeah.
remember when we collected over $3,000 for helping trans people? Yeah, this is actually better.
This is way more important than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a much.
Okay. I have found the streets nowadays. Wait, let me try and look the same way. Do you think this looks Oh, this looks out of the city center. That's
I
weird.
don't know because I can't see what you're seeing.
This is what this looks like now.
Where's the children?
Yeah, where'd they go?
YouTuber moment.
Got rid of them.
Yeah, I mean, it looks. Oh, no, hang on. That building is. You can see it, the green one.
Okay.
If you go to in the back there.
I can't zoom anymore.
Yeah, but that sort of round thing
Hang
in
on,
the back.
hang on. I can find the image quickly via Google Lens.
No, actually, hang on. I'm wrong about that. I don't think it is that. That's just me recognizing a vague similarity.
What'd they do with the big fucking rock?
Yeah, no, it does look completely
That was
different.
multiple rocks.
I was just counting them as one collective.
Yeah, but this is pretty crazy. This is a completely different place.
I feel like this might be slightly mislabeled, maybe?
Oh, they're still building it.
Because there's a hill here.
Yeah, I mean,
And
you could also have
really
like
one. Yeah.
you could also have like the city. I mean, like especially in cities, the landscape does sort of change as construction is ongoing and like there's planiation projects and all that shit. Hang on, there was if you zoom out a little bit. I mean, go back. I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
A little bit more. Okay, no, there isn't a smokestacks there. That's just the way that the image crumbles. Yeah. Well,
this is fun. We should go to the place as it looks now more often after Time Guesser.
We should do that. Yeah, that's basically it for us today.
Hold on. Wait.
Yes.
Wait. No, this happened.
Oh, we still have to spin the wheel, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
The Meal of Mythicality.
Normally, I would say thank you to the people, to the audience, but this time around, I'm going to say you're welcome to the nation of New Zealand. We're going to hit this. I have you on screen.
Yes. 3, 2, 1.
Come
Dog
on,
penis.
Come on, Pierogi. Did you say duck penis?
Dog penis.
No. 粽子.
Close enough.
Fuck me. Okay, my mother is going to be very happy about this because I have like a really large bag of fucking bamboo leaves for this precise purpose that I have that have remained unused for like 3 years or so.
I have a bag of katsuobushi that I've had for a similar amount of time, and it's a lot of it.
Yeah. So like I'm going to finally have an excuse to use them. The problem is that these take a lot of work, and I'm actually going to have to make some of them in advance.
Yeah.
Because they take 3 hours to cook.
Look, that is not a problem for me at all, because I don't have to do that work.
Because you're not
I'm
making
not the one who makes them, so I don't mind that at all.
Not my problem.
Yeah.
That's it for us today. Don't
Raised by wolves.
remember to piss
Raised
into
by
the bowl to the toilet.
Raised by wolves. Raised by wolves.
Raised by wolves.
Raised by wolves.